What is going on, YouTube? This your boy Clutch, just bringing you some home run derby, MLB the Show. What I want to talk about though is not MLB the Show, but the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare trailer. You guys seen my breakdown of it? I was thinking and going over it, watching it some more, and I just wanted to bring you some more gameplay, something different, just a little home run derby action. But anyway, let's get into it. Sledgehammer Games. This is their first Call of Duty that they're going to be making. They've had 3 years to make a game, and I'm a little bit skeptical of what they're going to bring. I think they're bringing too many futuristic things into a war that, we haven't seen yet or anything like that. A lot of things that were in the trailer, I don't honestly believe are going to be in the multiplayer. I'm going to give you a few examples. You know, this one here, the first one is the Exosuit. I really believe that this will be in the multiplayer as well as the campaign. The Exosuit is all over the trailer, and it's gonna be. I believe it's gonna be huge in the multiplayer and the single player campaign. In combat, mobility, the way you move, the way you jump, the way you climb. The exosuit is going to give you advantages that a regular soldier would not have, and I like that idea. Your basic everyday movements of your body, from the way you run to the way you jump to the way you melee, it's all going to be different with that exoskeleton suit. This one I would like to see. This is number two on my list. Is the Mech Suit. I'm so sick of it. Titanfall was really boring. I believe that in the campaign it would be a great asset. Excuse me. In the campaign it would be a great asset, but as a multiplayer, maybe a kill streak or a score streak. How Sledgehammer, I like the score streaks better, but something to go along them lines. Number two for me would be the wall climbing, or number three, I'm sorry, would be the wall climbing. You've seen the guy look at his hands; they kind of look like gloves with these pads on them, and he was able to climb this specific wall. And I really honestly believe that in a multiplayer match that would be useful. How useful, we don't know. Could you climb every wall? We don't know. These are just something that I'm going on in my own personal opinion. Depending on the developer's map design of how different, snipe towers might be, or an AR lookout or something like that, certain walls, you might be able to find. Um, number four to me are those infrared grenades. And you've seen them in the trailer where it made everything, where you've seen it infrared. You briefly seen the enemy player crouched behind a wall. I know that, just from my experience playing COD, that it's going to be a limited time and a limited area that it affects. That infrared grenade affects the community and the environment and the players in that environment. I think they could use that as a good tactical weapon, good tactical grenade to kind of weed out the camping a little bit, but you're also going to have to sacrifice one of your tacticals or lethals or something like that as a flashbang or a concussion for this. In competitive COD, I don't know how it would be used, but you're going to have something combat it. All right, number five. I do not want to see this at all in multiplayer. I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's kind of bogus, and that's the invisibility or cloaking. You did see several of the flying machines. They went cloaked. You've seen the player go cloaked. I don't want it to be a perk. I don't want it to be a kill streak. I don't want it to be in there at all. Call of Duty is full of campers in the first place, and adding cloaking or invisibility is just going to make it worse, and it's going to make the game bad. Just like COD Ghost. Are you serious? Those maps were huge, and it was hard to find somebody. And I think cloaking is not. One of the good things that I do really like about it, and that's where I get to my number six point, is the deployable cover. To me, the deployable cover is something that you could use for a tactical advantage, whether you're playing domination, whether you're playing hard point if they bring that back, or you're playing search. You could put a deployable cover. Now, honestly, it's probably not going to last the whole time. Um, and it would also be good, on certain spots of team deathmatch where you might have a funnel of guys and you're trying to control one side and you're trying to make a move to something, or if you're playing some kind of objective game, you can. This will be good tactical for the team, tactical for you. That's my issue. Um, the deployable cover you could use wherever. I mean, just like capture the flag, you could use this as your defending guys, and it's pretty good. I mean, I like that aspect. Number 7, I'm calling this some kind of like infrared night vision net where it scans a terrain and it scans the land and it looks for enemies and it shows up on like some kind of map, or you'd be able to detect for landmines or claymores or something like that. I think that would be kind of decent. I don't know how they can implement that in multiplayer, but we shall see. It looked really good. I'm not gonna lie about that. Just the way that they were walking under it, and it had the whole deployable cover, or the netting there. I'm sorry, that had the netting there, and they were walking on it. I thought it was really really sweet. Number 8, there was a lot of drones in this trailer, and we've seen several new ones. Some of them looked like they were from Halo 3, the Pelican, and things like that, but they were cloaked. I would like to see um, more emphasis, or less emphasis on unmanned vehicles, because I think that's the fun of a kill streak, is being in something. But they can use these in the single player. Number 8 is the hover bikes. We've seen the snowmobiles and things like that in previous Call of Duties. I think they can implement this in in the campaign. Not so much multiplayer. We're not Battlefield. We don't have a 14-mile square foot radius, or 14 square mile radius of Battlefield where we play, and it's just bullcrap. But the hover bikes were cool. I think it would be sweet to see it in the campaign. Not so much multiplayer. And then you also got to see some ground mechs, like not really mechs, but the little spider thing looking tank thing. I think that would be awesome, to where that would be a cool kill streak. They could implement that, you know. And then, everybody saw the Kevin Spacey. I think he's going to be a good addition, for my last tip of what they're going to do. I think he could make his way into some sort of multiplayer. I think that depending on what kind of villain Kevin Spacey is going to play or portray, is going to make the campaign. Again, I don't really play the campaign. I'm looking more of a multiplayer aspect. So the spider tanks, I believe, is in. The new drones, I believe, are in. The hover bikes are out. The deployable cover are out. The net is in. The infrared grenades, I believe, will be in. Invisibility out. The mech suit in. The wall climbing in. And the exo in. So that's 8 out of 11 that I mentioned that I thought were just game breaking situations that Sledgehammer had brought to the Call of Duty franchise. Those are 8 out of 11 that should be in multiplayer somehow. The other 3, throw them out, leave them in the campaign for the kids that want to play the campaign. Guys, I'm going to be doing some more research on the new Call of Duty. Be looking out for my new videos. The 20th of this month, we have Wolfenstein coming out. The 27th, we have Watch Dogs. Be looking out for videos on that from me. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you next time on my next video. Peace.